course, your business spans both the American markets here in Asia as well as the European markets. Just first off, how does the post-pandemic recovery look across the various regions from your perspective?
Good morning, Heidi. Thank you very much for having me on the show. You know, this is now the 8th straight consecutive quarter that we actually deliver results with growth above market and strong returns globally. And then what's very important here is that we deliver these results before COVID, at the onset of COVID, and then currently during COVID. And what's very important also is that this past quarter, we delivered record results and with double-digit growth in both revenue and EBIT in North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific. And as you have indicated, in all three geographies, there are various level of market conditions. So here in the US, we are right now having a really good tailwind of strong demand for housing. And then in Australia, with the home builder program, that the stimulus that was put in place last July is really to kickstart a very strong tailwind in new home construction. Whereas in Europe is really been, the market has been a little bit slow, is really more about renovations in most of Western Europe. But despite those varying degrees of housing market conditions, James Hardie, our business model is really about offering the right solutions for the market to allow us to gain share.
Jack, we've seen as part of this reflationary surge a shortage and soaring prices for just about everything across the commodities complex, be it you're talking about lumber or to copper to iron ore. I'm wondering how that's playing into your forecasts.
Well, you know, it's, take example for the market in North America, or specifically the U.S. Lumber, the lack of lumber, as well as the lack of labor, have really been an issue right now in terms of new home construction start to completion. And certainly we see a slowdown a little bit this past month with the results that was published this morning. But for us, for our business at James Hardie in North America, 1/3 of our business is exposed to new construction, but 2/3 really in renovation and remodeling. And whereas right now, as more and more people work from home, there is also a need to renovate and reside and really change the exterior within their home. And for that type of activity, lumber is not as much as an issue. And that's where, for a company like us, where we offer the right solutions in terms of having deliver the beautifying the home through our exteriors, at the same time deliver the right protection for the home. So that is an opportunity for our company to continue to grow despite the varying degrees of fluctuation within the housing market today.
And yet the market seemed to think that your guidance was a little bit conservative. Your stock actually fell despite the record performance that you talk about.
Well, you know, it is for us. It's really about continue to grow above market by taking share away from other categories, particularly those that require a lot more labor and more. For example, in bricks and stones or stucco, where it takes longer time to build, and then the cost of construction is high. Whereas for our James Hardie products are lightweight, and then they're also faster to build and faster to construct. So it is a big value we deliver not only to the builders, but also deliver to the homeowners of providing that aesthetic look and protecting their homes at the same time against all elements, including fire protection, for example.
Will that offset some of the pressure that you might see, perhaps, as analysts are concerned right now when it comes to housing, that when stimulus funds run out, that we won't be seeing so much construction anymore, especially given that people are now starting to go back to work. It's the reopening is happening. Will there be as much construction?
Oh, you know, if you look at just the U.S. market today, there is a shortage of homes in the U.S. today. I mean, if you look at the data for new construction during the past decade, we only built as an industry about 7 million single-family homes during the past decade versus roughly about 11 million single-family homes each decade in the previous 5 decades. So there is that shortage of home. Plus, at the same time, the homes in the U.S. today, the existing homes, are getting older and older. Currently in the U.S., there's 80 million owner-occupied homes, and 44 million of those homes are more than 40 years or older. So what you see here is the confluence of not only homes are getting older, and there's also a need for new homes there. So the prospect for short-term, mid-term, and long-term for new home construction, as well as the housing market in the U.S., continue to be strong. The only issue right now that we see is that it's really about the shortage of lumber and then also the lack of skilled labor to build homes.
Jack, what about the environment of rising rate prospects? Because is that one of the reasons why your stock was bid down overnight?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat?
I said, is there a real concern that in an environment where rising rates are on the horizon, that's going to play into the willingness and ability of people to continue, as Shery mentioned, going on this, home building, home renovation, borrowing trend? Is that one of the reasons why your stock, the reaction in the stock price has been negative?
No, if you look at, right, I mean, it's just a little fluctuation in our share price during the past couple of days. But I think we look at, for us, it's really about, we look at the long-term value creation. And if you look at our share price since the beginning of 2019, our share price have gone up by roughly 280%. So our focus is really about continuing to create more value in our company by delivering our growth above market, taking share from other categories in the market that we participate in around the world, and really translate those into more profitable growth through manufacturing better and through integrating with our customers to deliver the right products to the market at the right time. So that is really the business model that we really execute from around the world.